The Art of War is a military treatise by the Chinese strategist Sun Tzu, written in the 5th century BC. It has been used by famous military strategists and leaders for thousands of years, and is considered one of the most influential works in world history. The main idea behind the art of war is to be as prepared as possible to meet your enemy, and attack only after you are ready on all fronts, and know that victory is inevitable. By and large, the doctrine of the art of war can be applied to life. Let's take a look at the most striking theses contained in this masterpiece of military art. The art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is a matter of life and death, a road either to safety or to ruin. The art of war, then, is governed by 5 constant factors to be taken into account in one's deliberations when seeking to determine the conditions obtaining in the field. These are the moral law, heaven, earth, the commander, method, and discipline. All warfare is based on deception. Hold out baits to entice the enemy. Feign disorder and crush him. Attack him where he is unprepared. Appear where you are not expected. Now the general who wins a battle makes many calculations in his temple ere the battle is fought. The general who loses a battle makes but few calculations beforehand. There is no instance of a country having benefited from prolonged warfare. The skillful soldier does not raise a second levy, neither are his supply wagons loaded more than twice. A wise general makes a point of foraging on the enemy. 1 cartload of the enemy's provisions is equivalent to 20 of one's own, and likewise a single pickle of his provender is equivalent to 20 from one's own store. In war, then, let your great object be victory, not lengthy campaigns. In the practical art of war, the best thing of all is to take the enemy's country whole and intact. To shatter and destroy, it is not so good. To fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Thus we may know that there are 5 essentials for victory. 1. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. 2. He will win who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces. 3. He will win whose army is animated by the same spirit throughout all its ranks. 4. He will win who prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. 5. He will win who has military capacity and is not interfered with by the sovereign. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. The skillful fighter puts himself into a position which makes defeat impossible, and does not miss the moment for defeating the enemy. In all fighting, the direct method may be used for joining battle, but indirect methods will be needed in order to secure victory. In battle, there are not more than 2 methods of attack, the direct and the indirect, yet these 2 in combination give rise to an endless series of maneuvers. Thus the energy developed by good fighting men is as the momentum of a round stone rolled down a mountain thousands of feet in height. Whoever is first in the field and awaits the coming of the enemy will be fresh for the fight. Whoever is second in the field and has to hasten to battle will arrive exhausted. That general is skillful in attack, whose opponent does not know what to defend. and he is skillful in defense, whose opponent does not know what to attack. You may advance, and be absolutely irresistible, if you make for the enemy's weak points. You may retire and be safe from pursuit, if your movements are more rapid than those of the enemy. By discovering the enemy's dispositions, and remaining invisible ourselves, we can keep our forces concentrated, while the enemy's must be divided. Numerical weakness comes from having to prepare against possible attacks, numerical strength from compelling our adversary to make these preparations against us. In making tactical dispositions, the highest pitch you can attain is to conceal them. Conceal your dispositions, and you will be safe from the prying of the subtlest spies, from the machinations of the wisest brains. Do not repeat the tactics which have gained you one victory, but let your methods be regulated by the infinite variety of circumstances. So in war, the way is to avoid what is strong, and to strike at what is weak. Just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare, there are no constant conditions. Maneuvering with an army is advantageous, with an undisciplined multitude, most dangerous. We are not fit to lead an army on the march, unless we are familiar with the face of the country, its mountains and forests, its pitfalls and precipices, its marshes and swamps. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. Ponder and deliberate before you make a move. He will conquer who has learnt the artifice of deviation. Such is the art of maneuvering. It is a military axiom not to advance uphill against the enemy, nor to oppose him when he comes downhill. In the wise leader's plans, considerations of advantage and of disadvantage will be blended together. The art of war teaches us to rely not on the likelihood of the enemy's not coming, but on our own readiness to receive him, not on the chance of his not attacking, but rather on the fact that we have made our position unassailable. There are 5 dangerous faults which may affect a general. 1. Recklessness, which leads to destruction. 2. Cowardice, which leads to capture. 3. A hasty temper, which can be provoked by insults. 4. A delicacy of honor, which is sensitive to shame. 5. Over-solicitude for his men, which exposes him to worry and trouble. All armies prefer high ground to low, and sunny places to dark. Peace proposals, unaccompanied by a sworn covenant, indicate a plot. He who exercises no forethought, but makes light of his opponents, is sure to be captured by them. Therefore soldiers must be treated in the first instance with humanity, but kept under control by means of iron discipline. This is a certain road to victory. Now an army is exposed to 6 several calamities, not arising from natural causes, but from faults, for which the general is responsible. These are 1. Flight, 2. Insubordination, 3. Collapse, 4. Ruin, 5. Disorganization, 6. Rout. If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight, even though the ruler forbid it. If fighting will not result in victory, then you must not fight, even at the ruler's bidding. Regard your soldiers as your children, and they will follow you into the deepest valleys. Look upon them as your own beloved sons, and they will stand by you, even unto death. If you know the enemy, and know yourself, your victory will not stand in doubt. If you know heaven, and know earth, you may make your victory complete. Rapidity is the essence of war. Take advantage of the enemy's unreadiness, make your way by unexpected routes, and attack unguarded spots. The following are the principles to be observed by an invading force. The further you penetrate into a country, the greater will be the solidarity of your troops, and thus, the defenders will not prevail against you. Throw your soldiers into positions whence there is no escape, and they will prefer death to flight. If they will face death, there is nothing they may not achieve. The principle on which to manage an army is to set up one standard of courage, which all must reach. How to make the best of both strong and weak, that is a question involving the proper use of ground. By shifting his camp and taking circuitous routes, he prevents the enemy from anticipating his purpose. When invading hostile territory, the general principle is that penetrating deeply brings cohesion, penetrating but a short way means dispersion. For it is precisely when a force has fallen into harm's way that is capable of striking a blow for victory. Success in warfare is gained by carefully accommodating ourselves to the enemy's purpose. Move not, unless you see an advantage. Use not your troops, unless there is something to be gained. Fight not, unless the position is critical. What enables the wise sovereign and the good general to strike and conquer, and achieve things beyond the reach of ordinary men, is foreknowledge.